Hello and welcome to our business and culture video talking about cultures in the tertiary education. And to prove this, we have not only taken our own personal experiences into account, but we have also tried to interview as many people as we possibly could to see what they thought about the matter as well. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Yasmina. I'm a 22 years old girl who was born and raised in Belgium. My dad is an Arab from Morocco and my mother is a Belgian. I was also raised as a Muslim. I speak 3 languages, Dutch, English and also a little bit of Arabic.
My name is Kudapasha Muredo. I was born in the United States of America and I am 20 years old.
My name is Rubani Chabra. I'm a 20 years old woman. I was born and raised in Belgium, but my parents are originally from the northern side of India, specifically Punjab. Therefore, that is the culture I resonate with the most, although I also tend to follow some aspects of Belgian culture because I have grown up here. The religion I believe in is Hinduism. I speak 4 languages, which are French, English, Hindi and Punjabi. Furthermore, a hobby of mine is dancing, especially the traditional dance of Punjab, which includes Bhangra and Gidda.
Hi, my name is Amina. I'm a 23 years old student. I'm a Berber from Morocco, but I wasn't born there. I was born and raised in Belgium. Now I study international business, but I already have my bachelor degree in youth criminology. So this is my 4th year in university.
Hello, my name is Jade Kuka. I am a 19-year-old girl and I live in Belgium. I am born in Essen, Belgium, and I lived in Belgium for all my life. I studied in Belgium too and graduated in Belgium until now. So this is like my first year experience as a Belgian university student. I speak French, it is my mother language. I learned Dutch at school and English too. I am from Belgian, Congolese and Greek descent. My mom is Congolese, Greek and my dad is Belgian, Congolese.
For me, university has been an interesting mixture because on one hand, I thought that coming to Belgium, I would have to deal with a lot of racial stereotypes and a lot of different opinions, but coming to university, I saw that there's a lot of international students here, and that made me feel like I can have people that look like me, people that share the same experiences with me, people who are African as well, and I can really connect with them. I can feel more comfortable with my learning experience.
As my first experience at the school, I had a lot of expectations. First of all, I thought it would be like more easier, but it is actually not. I have to work the same amount. I thought that the transition from high school to university college would be easier, but it's actually really difficult because the system with the high school and college system now, it's actually really difficult. We have study points and we have to be at school at this and this time and leave at this and this time. I don't think I'm suffering a lot from the stereotypes of an international student because I am not an international student, but I think that a stereotype that international students can have is that people think that they're a bit different because they are from another country and they have another education, another culture. But for the moment, I think my experience is very great. We have a nice school, it's pretty modern. We also have a cafeteria, we have a lot of libraries, study places, and I think that makes our school pretty great for international students. And a lot of our students also talk English, that makes it easier for them to integrate in our school.
My expectations of university was different. I thought university was like what you see in movies or in series. I expected to be like this, how it is now. If we need any help or we have a problem, there's always someone who can help us out. If we have a question, the teacher really helps us. So it is like I expected to be.
In university, it has been challenging to find students that have the same background as me.
Before I went to university, I thought that university would be a little bit like high school, but fortunately it's not the same. For example, in high school I couldn't wear my hijab, and this is something that I can do here. And for example, we can pray here at school. We have our own place where we can pray. All these things make university much better for me. I also have the feeling that we are seen as adults and not as child, so I'm very happy for this.
Now that we've heard from our group members, I felt that it was time for us to hear from other people as well. So we have rounded up a bunch of students and decided to ask them the question: what are the experiences that they had in university, and what are the cultural stereotypes they had to face? Hello, and what is your name?
My name is Moses.
Where are you from?
I am from the Solomon Islands.
How old are you?
I am 23 years old.
Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Elena Shawat. I'm 21 years old. I am half Colombian, half Tunisian. I speak English and Spanish. I'm an international student at Thomas More in the section of Communication and Media.
Hi, my name is Lubel Joyce Mesa. I'm 20 years old. I was born in Quezon City in the Philippines. I have both the Belgian and the Filipino nationality. Right now, I live here in Belgium, in Vilvoorde. I used to go to school in the Philippines before we moved to Belgium until grade 1. And now I study here in Belgium, in Antwerp, in AP Hogeschool. I study Bachelor in Nursing. I can speak Filipino, Tagalog, English, Dutch. I can understand French and I can speak somehow French.
Hi, my name is Midullah Khadim and I'm from Afghanistan. I'm doing a postgraduate program at Thomas More University.
How was your experience as an international student in Belgium?
Well, that's a good question. So it's partially good, but there's ups and downs. At the beginning, it was really complicated to settle down in a new country. I was lucky to have help from friends that I met during the school year at the beginning, but I found it really hard here to get the visa and the bank account and even accommodation. So if I didn't have the help of people, it's really stressful. So I was really lucky.
How do universities in Belgium compare to the universities in your home country, Colombia?
Wow, it's really different. Us in Colombia, we don't have that much money, sadly. So the schools are totally different. So the technology is so different. In Colombia, we're like really old-fashioned, like education. Here in Belgium, it's way more advanced. Like the education is way better, and the teachers are more professional. In Colombia, not so much.
Any stereotypes that you had to deal with?
Here in Belgium, yes. At the beginning, yes, I had to deal with some stereotypes. Actually, one was the most hard to deal with, and it was the fact that I'm half Latino. So when coming to international school, people thought that Latinos were noisy and disturbing, and that they don't really care about education and about studying and about passing exams. That they were saying that I was not going to pass and that I was going to be so noisy and so disturbing. But when they said I was actually really concentrated and that I really wanted to pass my exams and really want to success in my education, they changed their mind, and it was better, because at the beginning it was hard to deal with that.
My overall experience in Belgium is amazing. I'm learning a lot and I have personal problems as well. But to compare University of Belgium with my home country, there's a big difference, especially in the overall education system, in the marking system, in the teaching methodology. There's a big difference. So in Belgium, you have to research and you have to have a lot of work as a student. But in our home country, we don't have that much research work. The biggest stereotype that I have to deal with was discrimination. I would say it is partly true as well. There is discrimination based on different dimensions. I have faced based on skin color, and the overall experience is great, and we are enjoying being here in Belgium.
Well, for me, choosing school here in Belgium was difficult because I was comparing it to the universities in the Philippines, which are more bigger and larger in size. A stereotype would be, I thought the majority of Belgian students would go party every weekend, which is not really the case. I wish they focused here in Belgium more on sports, because in the Philippines you can be an actual school athlete. They even have their own basketball court, football fields, you name it. A big difference between Belgium and the Philippines in education would be the entrance exam. So the entrance exam will actually decide which school and course you are able to follow and to get into.
How has your experience in university been so far in Belgium?
My experience in university in Belgium has been pretty good so far. I've been able to learn a lot of things with planning, study methods, and being able to learn a lot of things through all my courses this last 2 semesters.
How does university differ in your country compared to Belgium?
Well, the difference between my country and in Belgium is in my country they mostly teach you about the theoretical stuff. They don't give you a lot of practical information that could help you after university. While here in Belgium, when you learn about the practical knowledge that they teach you plus the theoretical, you're able to apply it when you leave university.
Are there any cultural shocks or stereotypes that you had to deal with in your university experience in Belgium?
Yeah, there are several culture shocks that I have to, endure and experience here, and it's like a lighthearted fun. So because of my skin tone, a lot of people just assume, and with the way I sound, everyone thinks that I'm African American, and they always assume that I like fried chicken. I mean, I do, but they also think that I barbecue every Sunday or on the weekends and stuff, which is not always the case. And they always think that all these other things that represent African Americans don't necessarily always represent me where I'm from.
So now that we've heard from our fellow students, we can now come to the conclusion that despite the fact that Belgium has created a much more open space for international students, there are still some international kinks that need to be worked out, including some of the cultural stereotypes that they face. But otherwise, I feel like in terms of the business culture perspective, it's a more positive move, because not only can our employees get along better with different employees from different nationalities, but we'll be able to operate as businesses in different countries as well, while being able to adapt to the cultures there faster. Culture plays a very pivotal role in the scope of business today, from the people we work with all the way to the countries we trade in. So our goal today was to try to see from an earlier standpoint, which means tertiary education, universities, etc., what culture and what stereotypes played into our coming up and our learning experience, and how we're going to use it in our future aspects when we go into the business world. So with this conclusion reached, I want to thank you very much for watching the video. I want to thank everyone that we interviewed for being compliant with us, and I also want to thank all our team members for being able to scout these people and to make them do the interviews.
Thank you for watching and goodbye.